Mac Jones and Devonta Smith. The draft experts do this to many of the Bama players, but Mac Jones and Devonta Smith are really where they're sticking their heads out here. And starting this thing off with Mac Jones, I mean, you got people saying, well, we can't evaluate him. We don't know how to evaluate him. We don't know if it was him or was the talent around him. It was more so the talent around him. He had everything. He had the greatest offensive line, the greatest head coach, the greatest wide receivers. He never trailed. He never played from behind. He never played with adversity. He played at Alabama, which is a fantasy world that's not going to work out in the NFL. You know, he had all of these weapons. It's hard to evaluate Mac Jones. It is hard to truly evaluate Mac Jones. Oh, hold on here. He never trailed. Are you kidding me? Did you not watch the Georgia game? And Alabama was down 24-20 at halftime and could have been down 24-17 if not for Will Reichert busting a 52-yard field goal. I mean, did you not see that? Did you not see there were moments in the Ole Miss game where Mac Jones and Alabama trailed? And then they go, he never really had adversity or played in a competitive game. Did you not see how competitive that SEC championship game was between Bama and Florida? If I recall, the final score was 52-46. That was a very competitive football game, people. And along with that, people go back to, well, he had the weapons. He had all of his help. You know, he had Judy, and he had Ruggs, and he had Smitty, and he had Waddle. First and foremost, Judy and Ruggs were primarily Tua Tagovailoa's receivers during Tua's time as the starting quarterback. Primarily, the guys that were the guys were Mac Jones started a full season. You're looking at he only had one guy go the full year healthy, and that was Devonta Smith. He had Jalen Waddle a little bit, but then Waddle goes down with an injury, and he's looking at, come on, John Mechie, help me out here. Come on, Slade Bolden, help me out here. Come on, Jaleel Billingsley, help me out here. Come on, Xavier Williams, help me out here. And I'm a military brat, okay? Family, I got family on both sides that are in the military. And I've always been on the side of, if you're going to rip a quarterback for having talent, for having weapons, i.e. Mac Jones, but I better be seeing a whole bunch of ripping. If we gonna rip Mac Jones, I better be seeing folks ripped up to smithereens. And I'm talking about Trevor Lawrence. I'm talking about Justin Fields. I'm talking about Joe Burrow. I better be seeing folks ripped up to smithereens because we ripped Mac Jones, but I haven't seen a soul rip Joe Burrow. And he had Jamar Chase, Biletnikoff Award winner, first-round pick. He had Justin Jefferson, first-round pick. He had Thaddeus Moss, the son of Randy Moss. He had Terrace Marshall Jr., a high-round draft pick. He had Clyde Edwards-Helaire out the backfield, who was drafted first-round last year. Oh, and not to mention he had Joe Brady as his offensive coordinator / passing game coordinator. But nobody rips Joe Burrow for his weapons. Nobody rips Trevor Lawrence for his weapons. Nobody rips Justin Fields for his weapons. Nobody rips any quarterback for the weapons, but because it's Alabama, people want to rip Mac Jones. People want to sit there and be like, he never did this, because he played at Alabama. He got pressured at Alabama. He got blitzed at Alabama. He had to overcome some stuff at Alabama, and he was able to get it done, people, and win a championship. Watch the tape. Watch the film. The film don't lie. If we going to rip everybody else, if we going to rip Mac Jones, then we better be ripping everybody else up. Because if we're going to be fair about this thing, let's be 100. Let's keep it 100. Let's keep it a buck, 1,000 about this thing, because every major Division I program in college football, they all have weapons. Justin Fields had weapons. Trevor Lawrence had weapons. Zach Wilson had weapons. Trey Lance, they all had weapons. So if we're going to take our shots at Mac Jones, I better be seeing shots taken at every single quarterback in this draft. Now, moving on here to one Devonta Smith. It's incredible how And no offense to Jamar Chase and Kyle Pitts. They are tremendous players. They are tremendous young men. They are tremendous athletes. Both of these two should be first rounders and will be first rounders and high first rounders, absolutely. But it blows my mind that Jamar Chase can opt out, miss an entire season, not play, and people go, that's still the best receiver in this draft. That's the best talent in this draft. That's the safest guy in this draft. He's NFL ready. No, he's NFL ready. But here comes the brother in Devonta Smith that won the freaking Heisman, that won the Biletnikoff, that won the AP Player of the Year, that won the unanimous first team All-American, and he's getting hit with, he's too small. He's too skinny. He's too frail. He's a feather. He's too tiny. You don't draft skinny dudes early. I don't think he's going to transition. His body can't take those hits. He's just not durable enough. Oh, I don't know about Devonta Smith. People, watch the tape. Stop listening to all these folks. Well, watch the tape. You watch the tape. Don't let your eyes deceive you. If you want to know how good Devonta Smith is, go ask Derek Stingley. Go ask Sean Wade of Ohio State, who's probably picking up scrap iron cans outside my house. Go ask Marco Wilson of Florida. Go ask Eric Stokes of Georgia. Go ask these DBs. Go ask them. They went up against this man one-on-one, and he shredded them to bits. Go ask these folks. And after you ask them folks, go ask the defensive coordinators that had to scheme and strategize against Devonta Smith. And it didn't matter what they did, they couldn't stop the brother. Go, and then after you go ask all the people, go sit down and watch the darn tape. That's all you need to do. Watch the tape. Watch the routes. Watch the catches, watch the dog mentality, watch the elevation. That's all you got to do. That's all you got to do. Because a lot of these draft experts, they don't even know. They have no earthly idea of how the draft is going to go down. We don't even know if Trevor Lawrence is going to be actually the number one overall pick. Who knows? Urban Meyer could take Justin Fields number one overall and mess the whole thing up. They don't know. These experts don't know. All they can do is make suggestions. All they can do is make predictions. All they can do is make assumptions. But it is crazy how you get the Bama players that get nitpicked in the draft process every single year. They start off getting praised, and then as the draft gets closer and closer, they get nitpicked. And I look at Smitty, I'm like, the brother just won the Heisman, and y'all making it seem like more of a curse than a blessing. Watch the tape. Don't let your eyes deceive you. The tape don't lie. Smitty and Mac Jones will both be early first-round picks on the night of April 29th. That is a Thursday.